From the very first moment I saw it, I realized this isn't a car. This is a creature, a wild, untamed stallion forged in the heart of Maranello, wrapped in carbon fiber and unleashed into a world that wasn't ready for it. The Ferrari Purosangue isn't designed to follow rules. It exists to write a new one. That an SUV can carry the soul of a pure Ferrari without compromise. And today, I'm standing in front of that rebellion. The first thing that strikes me is the stance. Low, wide, predatory. It stands like a beast caught mid-stride, ready to leap. The grille isn't just a grille, it's a snarl. The split headlights carve through the air like sharpened blades, and the sculpted hood rises like the back of a charging stallion. Every line is a muscle, every curve a pulse. Walk to the side and you feel the drama deepen. The long hood, the rising waistline, and the swooping roof that flows into the rear like the tail of a racehorse. Everything screams motion even when it's still. The carbon fiber wheel arches, the massive forged alloys, the elegant yet violent proportions. Nothing about this looks like an SUV. It's more like a supercar wearing a tailored Italian suit. Then I get to the rear, and this is where the Purosangue shows its true intention. The quad exhausts stand like four cannons waiting to fire. The diffuser is carved with the aggression of a track car. The taillights float within the body like glowing embers. And the entire rear profile seems to lift slightly, as if the car is rising onto its hind legs, ready to launch. But the real shock comes when I open the door. The interior feels like stepping into the private cabin of an Italian billionaire's jet. Every surface is wrapped in hand-stitched leather, polished aluminum, and carbon fiber so pure it almost reflects your heartbeat. The floating dual cockpit design cocoons both the driver and passenger like two separate thrones. The ambient lighting sets the tone, deep reds, warm golds, like the heartbeat of the stallion itself. And then there's the detail. The soft-touch switchgear, the sculpted dashboard that feels alive, the carbon fiber weave that dances under the light, the panoramic electrochromic roof that fades from clear to dark like magic. The rear is even more dramatic. Two independent bucket seats, each crafted with the same devotion as Ferrari's racing heritage. This isn't the back seat of an SUV, it's the lounge of an Italian palace, floating on top of a V12. Yes, a V12, the heart of the beast. Under the hood lies a 6.5-liter naturally aspirated engine, roaring with 715 horsepower and screaming all the way to 8,250 revolutions per minute. No turbos, no electrification, just pure, unapologetic, old-school Ferrari soul. This is the last of its kind, the last great naturally aspirated V12 Ferrari will ever offer in a family-sized body. Press the start button and the world stops. The engine doesn't start, it awakens. It rises from silence with a growl so raw, so organic, it shakes your bones before it shakes the ground. It's not a sound you listen to, it's a sound you feel. On the move, the Purosangue feels impossible. It shouldn't be able to do what it does. It shouldn't take corners like a supercar. It shouldn't accelerate like a F1-inspired missile. It shouldn't ride with the softness of a Rolls-Royce while still holding the aggression of a race machine. But it does. 13 inches of ground clearance. Active suspension that reads the road like a psychic. A transmission that snaps through gears like the crack of a whip. Steering so precise it feels like telepathy. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.3 seconds. Yet it can cruise silently like a luxury limousine. This is a contradiction. A miracle, a rebellion, a Ferrari that carries four people without losing a single drop of its heritage. When I push it harder, the Purosangue becomes something else entirely. It digs into the asphalt. It shifts its weight like an athlete. It growls through corners, breathes through straights, and attacks the world with the fury of a V12 desperate to keep its species alive. Every drive feels like a movie. Every moment feels like a legend being written in real time. And then, I slow down. I stop. I step outside. And I realize something. The Purosangue isn't Ferrari's first SUV. It's Ferrari's answer to a question no one asked. What happens when you put the soul of a wild stallion into the body of a luxury machine? You get this. The most dramatic, emotional, unapologetic SUV in the world. A vehicle that exists not to please the market, but to challenge it. A machine that carries the fire of decades of racing heritage into a new era. An untamed stallion, reborn. And as I walk away from it, the last thing I wonder is, if you had the chance to tame a 715 horsepower V12 stallion that defies every rule, would you dare to put your hands on the reins? Tell me in the comments. Would you take control or let it run wild?